I had you said something earlier, and I've been struggling with this myself. So I'm going to follow up. You mentioned Twitter. You're very open about your experiences, about what's happened to you as a writer, and I'm always wondering where's the line. Twitter, one, annoys me a bit because I know it's terrible for me, and I'll read it for a while, and then I'll start to feel worse than when I before, and I'll put that down,
Yeah.
read a book, listen to a book, no more of that. Which is why if you follow me on Twitter at MG Ninja, you can look forward to about 1 or 2 tweets a week, because that's about what I've got in me. I'll tweet about the podcast. I might say something helpful to another writer, but I do watch other writers on there, and I really appreciate people demystifying this, being open, being honest. There was an Authors Guild survey that just came out here. We're talking in March, and it just came out in February, and then this will be available closer to launch. I believe they said that over 80% of authors that they surveyed were reporting income of right around $13,000 for the year, which is why you want a day job for most authors as well, and that it's not information that is typically widely available. And so I'm forever meeting authors, and they'll confess that to me after they get to know me, and we're comfortable like that. And they know I'm not going to repeat it. And they think, well, I must be the only one. I'm the one that's struggling financially, and if I did this, and this, that I would have all that John Green money, or that Tomi Adeyemi money. That's where it's at. And then, so I applaud and appreciate this open community of authors supporting each other and sharing information. But I also see authors sharing when it's maybe the modest Hoosier in me, where I feel it's oversharing. I don't have rent this month. I'm going to be evicted from my apartment. Things of that nature. And I suppose it's on an individual level, but where for you is the line? What's okay to share? What's not okay to share? Or is it a moving target for you like everybody else?
I think it's a moving target, and I think it is just very individual. I think it's sort of what you're comfortable with. And so for some people, they might be even just talking about like publishing journey. They don't want to talk about the fact that they had to part ways with an agent, and so they don't need to, so I think it's for the people who are comfortable talking about those things, then that's going to help other people, but there shouldn't ever be like a pressure that you need to talk about certain things, but I think that there are definitely people who and I actually count myself in this to a certain degree, who really don't have a lot of in-person social connections, right? We sort of live more and more isolated lives, but some people are isolated by other circumstances, disabilities, whatnot, and so the people in their computer are their friends. And my critique partners, I've met several of them, but like Jessica Lawson, who has been one of my best friends for 10 years, we've never met in person. And so I think that some people come to feel like, oh, this is my community of friends. And so then they're very open. I'm not as open about like really personal stuff like that. That's just like a comfort level, and it might also be an age thing. I think I see more younger authors being really open about more personal stuff. And so, but I'm in my 40s and I didn't grow up with the internet. So maybe it's a little bit different to me, but yeah, I just think it's down to personal comfort. And there are a lot of things about Twitter and other social media sites that are negative, and there's like so much comparison and stuff can be really hard on an author. But on balance, I have just learned so much. I have been exposed to voices I wouldn't have been exposed to. And in addition to sharing like about the publishing journey, you might hear my dog bark. For example, authors being open about mental health stuff, which might be something that feels too personal. Seeing people be really open about their anxiety and their issues led me to realize, I might be able to get help for how I feel all the time. And I went to a psychiatrist and got medication that has made me so much healthier. And that was from seeing other people talk about their mental health issues and be open about that. So to me, that ended up really being meaningful and useful. So I think, you don't know who you're going to touch when you're open. And you don't know who might reach out and help you. So if somebody is going to be evicted and, shares that, well, somebody might see that and have a way to help them. And so I think they're finding connection where they can find it.
Well, the other thing that worries me is when I see authors saying, this agent whose name is a terrible person, and any other agents who might pick me up, just know that one day I might talk about you.
Yeah, no, that's a definite something I wouldn't be open about. I'm open about how long my journey has been and whatnot, but when I was querying, I never would have talked about how many rejections I was getting at the time, or certainly never would have named agents. That's bad behavior.